Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are actually restarting the second match of this tournament. It looks like we did have some server hiccup there, and it basically kicked everyone from the game. So we will be up and running here in just a moment. We are not doing any sorts of repicks or rebans. They will be going for the exact same champions. So we should see the exact one. This champion select should go very, very quickly.
Yeah, as long as, it doesn't matter what they ban, as long as they don't ban champions that they picked. So we're banning a bunch of garbage. Good. Ari, Aatrox banned.
Huh.
Yeah. Okay, good. They just banned A's.
So we will be having the exact same setup as that previous game for those of you joining us. So the two teams that are playing are Girls Today versus remind me, Blame It on the ADC.
Yep,
that is
on the ADC.
It's not a song. Blame It on the ADC.
I don't think so.
Damn it.
It certainly isn't now that you say it. It has been indelibly destroyed as any sort of musical object. In any case, looks like we have all the picks are correct. Everyone did it. Yep. Summoners look good.
No one's trolling us, and so this game will be underway in 50 seconds, and our delay will be going on in about 4 minutes here.
So we got a couple minutes to burn.
Stay a while and listen.
Yeah. Listen to us ramble about League of Legends
and how awesome
enjoyable, entertaining way. Yes, we get to see Braum. We're gonna see if he gets to just walk into Tribush and get first blood again. That'd be pretty exciting, but I don't think it's gonna happen again.
Should we have him redo the exact first 3 minutes of the game?
I don't think we can do that. It's a remake, so we'll see how it goes. LeBlanc did kill Kassadin early, so if Blame It on the ADC doesn't feed first blood to Braum, that mustache isn't going to power up as fast, and we might have, it might actually be interesting, because we know LeBlanc can kill Kassadin.
Indeed.
And bottom lane is going to be a lot better if MF and Braum don't have that first blood XP.
Yeah.
Because it's the XP that's the problem. They nerfed the gold, which is good. Because now, it was awful when you could, go back and start double Doran's bottom or something awful. You're like, haha, we got first blood. It is impossible for you to win this lane. Ha ha ha. And that was awful. And they fixed that, which is great. But the XP is still really big, so, if top gets it, top will hit 2 before you do, and that's awful. It's real bad. They also have more health pots than you. Same thing with bottom. If bottom hits 2 before you, even if you push, it's just real bad. So that's actually something that Riot should probably consider thinking about a bit. Is instead of having
blood in the first 2 minutes, have no XP or something.
No, maybe. I was more talking about generally with levels, because levels scale.
Yeah.
Levels scale the same. You get the same stats at every level.
Oh, you're thinking of scaling the later levels?
Yeah, I'm saying you get more stats at later levels and less stats, because right now, because it's a fixed number of stats, 1 to 2 is the biggest jump in the game for level stats. Because you get the most percentage, it is the biggest percentage health gain, the biggest percentage AD gain, the biggest percentage armor gain. If you get MR, the biggest percentage MR gain.
They might really like that little kind of, because it does lead to some really clutch plays sometimes when you have those level ups in the middle of the team fight where it's like, oh my god, he's gonna die, oh my god,
you're still gonna have those. I think I'm not saying get rid of it completely, I'm just saying soften it a bit so the numbers are smaller. So because you've watched bot lane, you've watched top lane, someone hits 2 first and you have to walk out of lane. You can't farm until you hit 2. It happens top, it happens bottom, it happens a little bit less mid because the mages generally have a lot of range.
But essentially it's like a 10% boost to all their stats, plus they get that second ability, essentially.
Yeah, sometimes it's more. Some champions get 80 or 90 health.
Yeah.
If you have, if you only had 400 starting health, 400 or 460, you're looking at, almost more than 10%. So anyways, most people don't have that low of starting health, but the supports. In any case, I think they could soften that a little bit, and that might make things a little bit better, because it's really brutal being up on levels early, and being up 1 to 2 levels late is still very, very powerful. And I don't think that's something they want to change. They've been tweaking XP for a long time, and I think they've been doing a pretty good job with it. But I think it'd be interesting, something worth looking at, because they've changed all sorts of stuff. Even crit. That happened years ago.
Yeah.
Where they softened crit, so that your you know,
For those of you who didn't play in the old days, crit used to have some monstrous effects on like the early game, because basically I think it was early season 2 mastery, or was it season 1 mastery? Where
it was
the
in season
crit?
2. Yeah, like there was a 4% crit mastery, but like people also would run like a 1% crit rune too.
Yep.
Like, and some people still do that. But the thing is, the way they did their math is it was just flat. We roll a random number every time.
Yep.
And the problem was, you know, that means like if you had 1% crit, 1 out of 10,000 times, you double crit your opponent. With
Yep.
just 1% crit. And like top lane, you win the lane. If you double crit your opponent, you win the lane. So while that doesn't, you know, 1 out of 10,000 isn't big, like losing the game, like it felt really, really bad when it happened. And with 4% crit mastery, it was much, much higher.
Yeah.
You know, you're looking 1 out of every 400 times you double crit. And that was pretty crazy, actually, because, you know, you auto attack a lot up top. So that happened in a non-insignificant amount of games, and it was really miserable. The 1 crit often was all you needed as well.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I crit you before you crit me, I win. You know, I win these trades, or I kill you when you thought you were safe. You know, huge problems. So they got rid of the mastery, which was excellent, and they also changed their numbers so that it's fuzzy. Over like 500, 500 auto attacks, if you have 1% crit, you're going to crit 5 times. But the chances of you critting twice in a row is much, much lower.
Yeah.
They basically like fuzz it out, so if you've crit recently, you're less likely to crit, and if you haven't crit recently, you're much more likely to crit than your actual percentage chance. So they've done a lot of things where they've softened the blow of randomness, or softened the blow of the granularity of the game. Where and I think that's been really good, and it would be really interesting to see them do that for levels, or otherwise make that level 1, level 2 difference a little bit less painful.
Okay, so we are seeing, once again, this game is up and running. Same picks as last time, and it looks like we're going to see some similar
MF
plays
is
here.
out, but she doesn't have Braum with her, so
She's actually going to take some pretty solid poke, and
Yep.
she's actually cut off from the rest of her team. We'll see if blue team decides to engage on this. Jarvan throws out the standard, but doesn't do anything with it. So it looks
just
like...
gets vision.
Yeah.
Knows what's going on, gets a little bit of damage, but that's all they really want. Like they're not gonna get a first blood kill right now. Braum is off by himself, but he can't 1v3 just yet. This is a
Have we
little
seen a
dangerous
lane
from being
swap?
out there.
This
looks
is
like-
odd. Or is Lee Sin going for a really quick level 1 cheese kill?
He has teleport, so they might go for the 3-man bottom. If Braum's down there and they get that stun on Twitch, it's probably a guaranteed kill.
Yeah.
So
Well,
this
he
will
just
be
has to get the passive on him.
Yep,
and then-
just triggers the passive. That'll get the stun because Lee Sin plus MF with double up.
Yeah, should be able
She
to.
triggers it twice. Lee Sin only needs to hit him once, and then it'll be, and then it'll get stunned, and it'll certainly get a flash. Like, no question, it'll get a flash.
This reminds me of like early season 2
Yep.
cheesy.
The old Bush ganks, they're coming back. They're actually very powerful because everyone's so used to the ADC and support helping the jungler
Yeah.
that it's very powerful to just kind of sit in the bush. The biggest problem is because the ADC and the support help the jungler, Top's almost certainly going to miss some XP here. I think it's almost impossible for him to not miss a melee creep death or 2. And that's big game. Back to those levels we were talking about. Being that far behind is really rough.
Okay, so we're gonna see
Lee
what
Sin
happens
is starting to
here.
port back. Okay, he's here. We got it. This is gonna be. Twitch is not able to get queued by Braum. Here we go. They're gonna run away.
There's the Q.
He doesn't flash
He
it.
misses the Sonic boom,
Yeah,
but he
still
does get it. He does get the kill. MF picking that up. So a nice little play. We got 2 assists there for that kill as well. But keep in mind there is going to be a little bit of level discrepancy, and Lee Sin is most likely going to lose this lane here, I think.
Yep. Renekton did not push it to tower, which I'm not sure if it's a good call or not. There's a big wave stuck up, and he could have pushed it to tower.
Yeah.
But he can right now zone Lee out of XP if he's playing it correctly. There's a giant wave. He should be zoning Lee, not letting him get any of this XP until it gets to tower and making it hard
But
for him to farm
this
on the
is
tower.
devastating to Twitch because he not only gave up a kill, he missed out on it looks like about 2 full waves of CS. So this is going to be very devastating for his experience. Just because Leona, it looks like she is on par with Braum and Misfortune, but
Yeah, Twitch is level 1, and he's going to be level 1 for a while now.
And
He has no XP.
Yeah, I think they're going to be level 3 before he hits level 2.
I'm pretty sure you're correct.
Which
and
is
like Lee Sin's level 3 now as well, and J4 is coming up. Renekton goes to Ward. He should be fine.
And he does slice and dice before he gets knocked up there. So nice little play there from Renekton. And we'll see if they get level 3. No, Twitch did get level 2 before they get level 3. So like if that had happened, it would be almost for sure forcing him out of lane. Actually, nice stun there on Braum. Mid lane, Kassadin gets locked down. The Ignite did go down. Let's see if she picks up the kill with one final auto attack. So
now, unfortunately, not things. LeBlanc is killing Kassadin, which is Purple team needs that. That evens up the kills. They're actually ahead in gold, and that's mostly from that Renekton farm up top.
yeah.
Although he's even with Lee Sin, that's weird. Kassadin's a little bit ahead. Oh, it's from mid. That's where it is. Kassadin's way behind on creeps as well. That's really cool.
Have you seen Misfortune play against Braum? Does her double up work through his shield?
I assume it doesn't. It's a
I assume
projectile.
it doesn't, but
Because it stops everything on the front of the shield.
Yeah.
So it never hits him to bounce.
anyway, big damage going down there on Braum, but as you can see, that shield absorbs so much damage because with any other support, he would have been brought down to like a third life. Anyway, top lane, Lee Sin, gank going down, does get brought down a little low, but he manages to mitigate some of the damage and actually deal it.
Yep.
LeBlanc manages to barely escape with a nice distortion there at mid lane from the gank from J4. So, ganks across the board here and just aggression everywhere right now.
Yeah, and this is going to be really problematic for Purple Team because Lee Sin wasn't forced out with Kha'Zix there. They had 2v1, and he was just sitting there poking, fighting, wasn't doing wasn't doing
He
anything.
did have to burn his flash in order to escape initially, but he's right now tanky enough with enough sustain where he's managing to keep up with Renekton.
And he's
bad news.
He's
for
actually
Renekton.
ahead in levels on Renekton. This is
And
really bad.
oh man,
Renekton's
is he gonna
dead.
get the? How did he get the kill?
He doesn't have bread. He ignited. Oh no, he doesn't have ignite. I don't know what happened. That's really
That was
weird.
almost like lag.
He must have been lagging. He got one more auto attack off on his screen, but we didn't see it.
Yeah, okay. Because on our screen, he flashed away just
He flashed away and then
with
died.
a sliver of light.
It's just a server timing issue.
So apologies.
So in any case, really unfortunate for Renekton. He has the teleport, so he'll be back. Not going to miss very much here.
But this is going to put him pretty far behind. Because
Yep.
Lee Sin, he does have a kill and assist now, which puts his gold at 400 over, which is essentially another Doran's item. So a little bit of aggression going down at bottom lane. Leona might actually get forced out there here very soon, but she is still relatively healthy.
Lee is 6. This is going to be rough because the cooldown on his ultimate is very low. He can ult about twice for every Dominus out of Renekton. And that's a big problem because it's just a lot of damage. He can just like literally like Caitlyn ult it and just poke him with it. However, Renekton has 2 Dorans, which is great for him
Yes.
trading. He's up on items. He'll be able to trade 50 until he buys.
And Twitch is taking a lot of damage, and Lee Sin's going for it with the all-in. He does kick away the Gator, but Gator manages to slip out once again, so he should be fine. Twitch is doing what he can here to prevent these minions from doing too much damage to this turret, but unfortunately he's low enough where he can't really stay in XP range because as soon as
he's
Braum
gonna
gets
get
on him-
dove. If he gets hit by a Q, he's probably dead.
Yeah,
Kha'Zix is here to defend. They're gonna bait it.
but it is
He's
boarded
low
by
enough.
blue team, so
He does not have heal up, so he can't even heal bait it.
So Lee Sin teleporting back to lane. He does have quite a bit of damage now with the longsword and the pickaxe, so he will be producing lots of damage there with those auto attacks. So we'll see how that plays out there.
I don't think Renekton can win the trades anymore. I don't think Doran's shield plus cloth armor scales up to that much AD.
Yeah. So Kha'Zix coming down to support actually takes a lot of damage there from Renekton Braum there. And Braum, he's such a beast right now.
MF he's so inherently tanky. One thing is shield does not block tower shots nor reduce damage from tower shots, which is good. This is going to be interesting. We'll see if we get a kill here.
Oh, there's
Twitch is
the
in.
engage.
They're hard on MF. They're low on mana too. It looks like it's just going to cause
away.
flash.
Blue team is still running, but he does get the
There.
slow and nice kill
Beautiful
there.
play by Twitch. That's exactly what they needed.
Braum actually getting a little aggressive with those pokes and almost
gets
goes
his
down.
flash. Twitch should not go for. Oh, Wow,
Nice.
beautiful. The cooldown on that is very, very low. I did not realize how low the cooldown on
Expunge?
it was Expunge. I don't think it's Expunge anymore.
Let's see.
Yeah, so yeah, Contaminate?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Contaminate now. It was Expunge. But yeah, the cooldown on that, very, very low. That was impressive, because he killed MF with it, and then, like, 8 to 10 seconds later, kills Braum with it.
Yeah, so well played there from the Twitch. He should be able to get a little bit of comeback here from this. That should put him enough to be pretty close. Yeah, he's actually nice and even with Misfortune right now. The only downside is he did go for that Vamp Scepter early, which means he is not going to be able to trade as well with Misfortune immediately, just because he does have that BF sword.
And yeah, that comes from being 20 creeps behind. That's really rough. He actually has the Bilgewater Cutlass.
Oh, okay. So he's going for on hit. That's gonna make it interesting. Like once if he gets a good rat-a-tat-tat on the enemy team, he will do tons of damage.
It's also assassination potential.
Yep.
The burst and the slow lets him stealth on top of a lot of people, and it's almost impossible to just like outdamage a Twitch 1v1 when he stealths on top of you. He gets the full attack speed buff from his ambush, and then he has that extra 15% health like difference in the slow, so you can't get away from him.
Kha'Zix did get level 6 and he did evolve his ultimate,
Yeah.
so he's going
Gator's
for that
at full
triple
health.
assault.
I'm not sure what J4 is doing up here. There's no way they're going to get a kill on a diving a Gator with his Dominus up.
He had a ward here, so he wanted to mess with
He wanted the
Kha'Zix.
red, but Kha'Zix gets it in time. Kha'Zix clears it very quickly if you do it right. You need to make sure that you pull out the red minion far enough that you get the isolation bonus damage on it.
Yeah.
That's something that like lower level Kha'Zix junglers don't do, and it's really rough. It slows down your jungle tremendously. It changes him from a great jungler to a mediocre one. Renekton's gonna get some poke here. Dodges the Q. It's great. He's gonna go way ahead in that trade.
So mid lane, LeBlanc is still doing tons of damage here to this Kassadin, but Kassadin is starting to get to that point where he's starting to dish out more. So
yeah, and not only more, but the shield. Like, she's just not doing enough damage through that shield. She's also missing that chains, and something that like you need to think about with LeBlanc is you should fire those chains first most of the time.
Oh man, at mid lane, Kha'Zix is going for a gank. He
Yeah,
doesn't
2v2.
realize Jarvan is right there, and he just gets
Is he gonna
dunked.
live?
And
No,
Ignite
last
picks it
Ignite
up
tick.
just
Yeah,
barely.
Ignite plus red, too good.
And now Kassadin has both red and blue buff from that. And they're going to rotate down for this kill. Big damage going down at bottom
Yeah.
lane.
Big
And
fight
it
bottom.
looks like Misfortune manages to barely stay alive. Braum barely stay alive. Leona's going to try and get away, but guess what? It's Kassadin. You're not
Yeah,
getting away.
Kassadin plus Lee Sin his Q. No way. This is going to be a dragon for sure. Renekton's pushing hard on top. I don't think he's going to get it. It's a cannon wave, but he doesn't do enough damage. But he's going to get it very low.
He's going to get it very low. Blue team is going to get Dragon. That's going to push their gold advantage to just over 1,000 gold. So it's still extremely even because LeBlanc is beating the crap out of Kassadin in terms of farm right now. Just beating
40
the
up is
crap.
very good. She has items finished. Kassadin has a catalyst.
But on the other hand, Misfortune is beating Twitch right now pretty substantially. So she is about 700 gold ahead, which is right around a pickaxe. a
Yeah,
little bit
well,
less
she has the
than
BF, finish, or not the BF, rather, the Bloodthirster finish, which is big game. And that's coming from those 2 kills and that 1 assist, as well as that 30 creeps ahead.
LeBlanc going all in on
Yeah.
Kassadin. Kassadin just gets destroyed.
Kassadin ported on top of him. That was Kassadin, like, thinking that he could outdamage a LeBlanc when she has a Fiend's finished and he has a blasting one. I mean, that was just a poor choice. It happens. It's fine. People make bad decisions. But LeBlanc murders people. And letting this LeBlanc get ahead. Anyways, back to the LeBlanc. What you can do is you fire the chains first. You, dash in and fire the chains. Because the chains does 2 sets of damage. Once to start, and then once when it roots, if it's still on. So you guarantee the hit with the chains, and the targeted silence is going to hit anyways. And then you get to trigger the second bit of the silence when the chains hit.
Yeah.
So, it does a little bit, it guarantees the chains here.
Oh my gosh.
Is she gonna kill him? I think he's dead.
No, Kassadin barely comes in and gets the kill with Riftwalk. So, just barely knowing the limitations there's of Jarvan, and
Yep.
Well played.
The
Renekton
mana
is
reduction on
coming
that
down,
shield's
though.
very good. I don't think he's going to get him. Driven has too much mobility and has enough mana left for a dash. So this is
But
gonna
he
do
needs to be
anything.
very careful because now he is in the middle of the enemy
Yeah, if he's in
jungle
the middle of 3
with
people,
Cassidy.
oh, he's in trouble. He needs to dash to Cassidy.
Lee Sin
He's
is
probably
with him.
dead. There's
the
no one
slow-
here.
oh,
He's
yeah.
Lee Sin is the Q. He's dead. Lee Sin's just going to decide whether he's even going to kick.
Yeah.
He's not. Gives a kill to Kassadin. Very, very good for Kassadin.
Yeah, Kassadin just got 2 kills, and that might actually be enough to bring him close to even now. He's about 300 gold behind this LeBlanc.
Yeah,
But
that was
keep in
unfortunate.
mind-
LeBlanc throwing away our lead on that J4. She tried hard. Twix isn't going to do anything here.
Yep. But keep in mind, Kassadin, once he's a little weak at that early game, but once he starts getting to like level 6, 7, 8, 9, in that range, he gets very strong.
I don't like Twitch being mid here at all. I mean, I'm not. I think they're just trying to put pressure on towers and stop Kassadin from farming, which is reasonable. But they left Leona bottom versus like MF Braum. They're gonna lose their blue buff out of this. And Leona's not getting anything out of this farm. She also has Darken's Brace.
Yeah.
So her gold item is also doing nothing right now.
Yeah.
So she's not getting gold out of that. You know, Twitch isn't getting gold out of this. They are rotating. Blue team is a little overextended. At least Leona's here. She's waiting.
There's the
It's
ultimate,
stuff.
but Big Braum ultimate goes down and actually knocks up a lot of people. J4 also lines up a beautiful Dragon Strike. Kassadin is coming in, though, doing tons of damage. It picks up the rat, and Braum goes down to the Kazakhs there. So,
Yeah,
Lots of
Kazakhs got out
damage.
with nothing, which is great. But this, you know, that ended up 2 for 1.
Yeah.
So
bottom lane is put further
Yeah.
behind.
That mobility of Kassadin is just too good. He was able to get there in time, and while they were cutting him off, they weren't able to kill him fast enough. And, you know, good play by Blue Team to converge well, respond well, and not get caught out too bad. Because they didn't finish the blue, I don't believe.
And
It
Lee
didn't get
Sin,
cleared. They might have done it, but not cleared.
and Lee Sin is abusing right now his Tiamat's farming actually between the turrets because he knows that the rest of the purple team is either back or nowhere near him. So right now he is just having some fun in the jungle.
Yeah, and it looks like he's actually taking red buff, or he's just waiting in the bush. Yeah, can't tell just yet. He did just take the red buff and leave. Misses the
Almost
Q barely
catches
on
Kazakhs,
Kazakhs, so, but you know they're gonna clear it. But yeah, proxy farming against Renekton is not a bad call because
I actually don't like this call of rotating Misfortune in to fight off LeBlanc, because LeBlanc is going to blow her up. But apparently she overextends. She does get the kill on Misfortune, but gives up her own life
yeah,
too.
and they get an assist
J4.
too, so that's more gold for them. Leona misses the Zenith Blade mid on Braum. I don't think it was a kill anyways. It's Braum.
Meanwhile, top lane Renekton is still just defending up there. Kassadin gets a nice slow on Leona, but I don't think anything's going to come from it. Keep in mind, Braum is nowhere near as good when he's paired with AP as a support, just because that passive only triggers off of auto attacks
Yep.
from yours.
I mean, to be fair, Kassadin's one of the better APs
Yeah.
because he's going to be porting and wanting to get auto attacks in there. He also has an auto attack reset on his W
Yeah.
now, so that can give him 2 auto attacks in quick succession. And that's you know, it's not awful with Kassadin, but it's not going to get triggered like with like an Orianna. Really values her auto attacks. He's going to be auto attacking
Yeah.
a lot.
So Braum and Lee
Wow,
Sin
they are
actually
very, very
roaming
deep. They're going to cut
very
out.
deep.
Oh, this is the dead
They
dog.
got the Kazakhs, and he manages to stealth away, but a nice kick to the face picks up the kill. LeBlanc comes in though and cleans house. Keep in
Yeah,
mind
it's
she
a
is
shutdown. They're
fairly-
going to die, but this is a dad misfortune. Her flash is not up.
and she just gets super locked down,
Yep.
and they manage to get away just fine. So
Yeah, beautiful play by Leona.
Like
Just seeing
Cass-
the opportunity. Kassadin's rotating behind. This is really rough. J4 is rotating too. LeBlanc is not going to get here in time. Oh, Kassadin misses the slow.
yeah, that's actually pretty huge.
Oh, this
There's
is-
the Zenith Blade.
Yeah,
and we'll
LeBlanc is
see
here
if
now.
away.
Kassadin ports the correct direction into J4.
Twitch takes a lot of damage.
Teleport coming
does go
into
down.
Brute misses on J4. He's going to live.
Renekton coming in. Braum manages to land a nice ultimate there, actually zoning out purple team. So it looks like J4 will be able to get away, but they are coming around from multiple directions here. Another beautiful slow there from Braum, and it's enough to keep.
They should take this
in
dragon
safety.
right here. That's the best thing they can do. Lee Sin is here and back, but Kassadin is dead. So this is just a good dragon for purple team. It's going to put him back in. It's going to put the gold lead, you know, almost even unless J4 gets the steal.
Oh,
He's going to get murdered by LeBlanc.
He's going to go for it, but he does get engaged on by LeBlanc. It's brought incredibly
the
low.
other zones, they're
and
going to get a kill
Leona
out of
goes
this.
for it, but
They
she
get the
goes
dragon.
down. Blue team
Kha'Zix is
pushes
in trouble.
out.
Yeah.
Yep, with that connected Q, he is certainly going to go down, and the gold advantage is now.
Renekton doesn't get the port out. He's in a lot of trouble too. Unfortunately, purple team split up and ran into the enemy jungle. So this does not look good. They lose 3 kills for that dragon.
Yeah. So, unfortunate. Unfortunate.
Yeah. Renekton takes a second tower hit. He might have been able to get out if he didn't, but it's the way the cookie crumbles. And yeah, unfortunately, purple team, like, they were going to even up the game, but then when you give up 3 kills for that dragon, it looks like mid tower as well.
Yeah.
Hey, you're going to be way behind. What's the route?
We'll see if LeBlanc decides to go for this misfortune here. She's definitely looks like she's eyeballing it.
Yeah, she doesn't
but-
want to anymore. The armor and magic resist off of Rom stand behind me on MF means that LeBlanc's not going to be able to get the kill at this point. She doesn't have Deathfire Grasp. If
Yeah.
she had DFG instead of Athene's, it might be different. But she built Athene's first, so gives her more cooldown reduction and like she won't have mana problems. But her kill potential is lower than it would be if she had that DFG. Oh no! Good jukes.
Big damage.
Flash over the wall. If her port comes back up, she should be.
Oh,
no.
but she gets cubed in the face by that Lee
Yeah.
Sin. And
If she controlled her passive better, it would have gone better.
And we'll see. The rat hit Braum really hard there. He wasn't able to use his ultimate and get both of them, but it looks like Renekton might be able to get a kill. But a beautiful safeguard is going to be enough to keep getting safety. And now he is in trouble. And this is a problem for Purple Team because they just fed 4 kills for nothing.
Yeah, and that's the
Because I
power of
filtered in one at a time.
Braum. Lee Sin played it very well there too, because he managed to get his Iron Will up in time to get a ton of health off of that Q.
Yep.
You know, and that really like gave him a deceptive amount of health, which was very powerful. He, you know, they didn't dodge Qs. LeBlanc actually could have blocked the Lee Sin Q with her passive if she was controlling it correctly.
Yeah.
You need to make sure you have your keybinds, you know, you're on top of your keybinds to be able to do that, but you can walk your passive around. You know, and unfortunately Twitch wasn't able to kill Lee there either. So yeah, that, you know, changes like a reasonable lead like 1.5k into a 6,000 gold lead, and that's pretty rough.
Yeah, especially with it probably being on Caston Misfortune. Because Caston, he's a monster if he gets too far ahead.
A lot of it's on Lee Sin, but Caston
Oh,
has
yeah.
5 kills, MF has 7. So, you know, it's actually spread out really, really well. It's exactly where they want it to be. Yeah, there's a, you know, the 10 kill lead. Gold lead isn't, like, completely insane for there being a 10 kill
Purple
lead.
team is pushing
Brom's
on
coming
mid,
in.
but there's
He's
an
low
engagement
mana.
going on.
There's
and
the ult.
there's the Braum ultimate. That might actually be enough to deter everyone. Purple team is super grouped up. Lee Sin comes around from behind, and just everybody gets destroyed by the sheer damage of everyone. And
Yeah.
Purple team picks up an easy ace for nothing.
Most importantly, that Braum slow field that's left behind off of his ultimate, the entire team was trapped in that.
Oh.
You got to knock up on 3.
And there is a quick
Yeah.
surrender because blue team, they were going to go for Baron, and with that exposed inhibitor, it's most likely going to be the final
Yep.
nails in the coffin.
I don't blame him for surrendering. You know, game's never over, but you know, that